Good morning, amigos. Dr. Doug here at BodyTrust.com. I ran across an interesting article this morning, and let me read it to you. It's from Science Daily. It's from the American Heart Association. Size and time impact outcomes when mechanical clot removal used for large core strokes. What they're talking about is surgical removal of a large clot that has damaged brain tissue, and that's what happens in a stroke. Brain cells die through lack of oxygen and nutrients because there's bleeding in the brain. And so when that happens, they want to remove that clot. Yes, and that's emergency medicine. And I'm all for that. However, let me point out that scalp acupuncture, when used right away, like they say, size and time impact outcomes. If you can use scalp acupuncture right away after a stroke, it has amazing results. And this has been tested over and over and over again. This is not just me saying it. You can Google scalp acupuncture for stroke. You'll find a whole lot of studies and a whole lot of good stuff. But it needs to be done right away, like they say. So if those brain cells are dead, well, then it's pretty hard to revive them, right? So in my opinion, every emergency medical clinic should have an acupuncturist on staff, or somebody trained in scalp acupuncture at least. That's first aid. In fact, even emergency medical personnel in the ambulance should be applying scalp acupuncture according to the problem that the stroke has caused. Unfortunately, hospitals don't seem to get that. Emergency clinics don't know that. For some reason, they haven't heard the news. It's been around for a long time. I learned it in school in the 80s. So what causes a stroke, by the way? There are two types of stroke. There's a yin excess stroke and a yang excess stroke. It's all excess, too. A yin excess stroke. Now remember, yin is material, so there's too much material in the body. This happens to people who are obese or severely overweight. And a piece of that material breaks off in the bloodstream, travels up into the brain, and it hits a tiny capillary, a blood vessel, that can't pass through. It can't pass through, and the blood keeps going, and it extravasates. It leaves the blood vessel, so the cells downstream don't get nourishment, don't get oxygen, and they start to die. That's a yin excess stroke. Then there's a yang excess stroke. Yang, remember, is heat and movement. So that heat rises up when someone's really angry. Usually angry or bothered or hurrying. Remember, hurrying creates friction. So it's someone who has a lot of friction inside all the time. They're always running here and there, not getting enough sleep, overscheduling, multitasking, talking fast, doing everything fast, not taking breaks, all that pathological behavior. And then at a certain point, usually midlife or later, the heat just rises up so fast it creates a wind condition. We call that heat wind. And it bursts the blood vessel because that's what heat does, right? It expands. So that yang is going to burst that blood vessel. Well, bursting a blood vessel in the brain means that downstream, again, cells start to die. So those are the two causes. If you want to prevent strokes, watch the heat and watch that excess yin, that excess material. Get lean and calm. Right, so that's a stroke for you. And now that you understand it, you can make sure it never happens to you, I hope. Anyway, that's all for today. Take care, amigos. Hasta mañana.